Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and if you're new here, we talk about all things fandom on this channel. We talk about it in a positive way, so if that's something that appeals to you, you know you've come to the right place. We're so happy you stopped by today. Today on this channel also happens to be Sci-Fi Sunday, where we talk about all things sci-fi, fantasy, and comic book related. And today, I know that the Halloween season is upon us. If you're like me, you probably already started your Halloween movie marathon, so I thought we would take a look today at 5 more sci-fi horror movies you could watch this Halloween. So let's jump right into it. Alright, so if you're like me, you start the Halloween movie marathon probably a month or so before October, just to kind of get all of those movies going. And my to-go-to is usually the slasher films. It's usually the more traditional Halloween films. But every now and then you get sick of just watching those types of things over and over and over again, and you want something a bit more on the science fiction side. And there's nothing wrong with that, because sci-fi and horror for a long time have really gone hand in hand. And the case in point is some of these movies that you may not have heard of. So here are 5 sci-fi horror movies you could watch this Halloween. And coming in at number 1 is The Cube from 1997. It is a Canadian sci-fi horror film directed and co-written by Vincenzo Natalia. And I'm sorry if I mispronounced that guy's name. It is the product of the Canadian Film Centre's first feature project. And it follows 7 individuals trapped in a bizarre and deadly labyrinth of cube-shaped rooms. Now, this actually spawned a series of films and a Japanese remake in 2021. This film is actually pretty good. It's kind of like they are in this group of rooms and they have to figure out how to get out. And there are some really great scenes in this movie. If you've never seen this movie, I urge you to check this movie out. It is one of the most fun sci-fi horror type of movies that you could watch. Next up is the 1980 American sci-fi horror film Altered States. It is directed by Ken Russell. And it is also adapted from a 1978 novel. The novel and the movie are based in part on John C. Lilly's sensory deprivation research conducted in isolation tanks under the influence of psychoactive drugs. And the film features elements of psychological horror and body horror. The movie follows Edward Jessup, who is studying schizophrenia, and he begins to think that our other states of consciousnesses are as real as our waking states. And he begins experimenting with sensory deprivation, aided by 2 like-minded researchers, Arthur Rosenberg and Mason Parrish. At a party, he meets fellow whiz kid and his future wife, Emily. Now, over a decade later, Edward is a professor at Harvard Medical School, and him and Emily have 2 daughters. And they are on the brink of divorce when they reunite for the first time in 7 years with the couple who had first introduced them. It's very sci-fi and horror all blended into one. It is very much that. It's kind of got a little bit of drama to it as well. So if you're not looking for something that's outright horror, this could be it. But this film can be terrifying at times. And it does deal, like it says, with psychological horror as well as body horror. So you kind of get the vibe as to what this movie's going for. And it is a crazy enough film that there's a reason it's on this list, and not a lot of people really talk about this film anymore. So you could do a lot worse than to watch this one if you've never seen it. I urge you to check it out. Now, coming in at our number 3 spot is Creature from 1985, also known as the Titan Find or Titan Find. It is directed by William Malone, and it is a strange film. Basically, it has often been compared to Alien, and it has also been compared to the planet of vampires. In the film, two geological researchers for the American Multinational Corporation, NTI, find an ancient alien laboratory on Titan, the largest moon of Saturn. In the lab is an egg-shaped container which is keeping an alien creature alive. The creature emerges and the terror begins. Now, this film is considered by a lot of people to sort of be an Alien ripoff. It was around that time. It does have its moments of terror. It does have its moments where this movie is worthwhile. So if you haven't seen it, you need to check this movie out. It is sort of a good movie. It's got a good cast. It's got good performances. So definitely, if you've never seen it, give it a try. Next up is Attack the Block, a 2011 British sci-fi horror film written and directed by Joe Cornish, and it has an amazing cast. The story centers on a teenage street gang who have to defend themselves from predatory alien invaders on the council estate in South London on Guy Fawkes night. This movie is really amazing. It underperformed, but I cannot stress how brilliant this movie actually was, because this movie is so cool to watch. This movie is one of those movies where you just have to watch it to believe what you're seeing, because it is so great, has a wonderful cast of characters, a wonderful cast of actors. This movie deserves all of the attention that it didn't get when it first opened up. And it has sort of developed a bit of a cult following among horror fans who like sci-fi horror movies, but this movie is really worth your time. But if you don't like the movie, that's okay too. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just giving you my thoughts and my opinions about some movies that I really enjoy, and this one I really did enjoy. Now, next up on our list is 1997's Mimic, an American sci-fi horror film directed by Guillermo del Toro and written by del Toro and Matthew Robbins. It is based on Donald A. Wallam's, and I'm sorry if I mispronounced that name, short story of the same name, and the plot follows the creation of a genetically modified insect designed to battle an infected cockroach infestation that rapidly evolves and begins to hunt human beings instead. This film is great. It is so out there. It is so awesome to see a film like this. It's just this monster movie, and that's essentially what this is this genetically engineered insect monster coming at people. It's great. This movie is really, really fun to watch, I think, and it spawned a few sequels, so you can definitely check those out as well. Mimic 2 and Mimic 3, The Sentio. Now, those were not really as good as this movie, but they are still fun to watch. If you enjoy the mimic creature that they made for this movie, you're going to find something to enjoy about the sequels as well. Me personally, I do enjoy all three of them, and I put them on my list when I need that sci-fi horror marathon going on. So these are 5 sci-fi horror movies that you could watch this year if you are a little bit tired of your traditional Halloween horror movies. But that, my friends, is where I'm going to leave it off to you guys. I want to know what you guys think about these movies. If you've seen them, if you haven't seen them, do they appeal to you? And is there anything that I didn't put on this list that you think needs to be on there? Because if I haven't seen it, I want to be able to watch it as well. So definitely make sure you let me know all of that in the comments below. And then don't forget to share this video with all of your friends so that they can be a part of this conversation too. And then you're going to want to hit that like button. If you like people talking positive about the fandoms that you like, you're going to want to hit that like button just to let the algorithm know that you enjoy more positive content in your YouTube feed. And if you're enjoying our videos, then you're going to want to hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell right next to it so you don't miss a single video we do. Then friends, at the end of the day, I know it and you know it. Fandom is family.